Today's lesson, how to draw a cartoon sea monster. Hey, it's John-Marc and welcome to today's lesson. We're going to be doing a little sea monster sketching today. Alright, so let's begin. As you can see, I'm developing an area which is the head and part of the body, and I'm going to make him pop up 2 other times throughout the little lake, ocean, or little pond, what have you. Use your imagination, again, your creativity, and feel free to use and change the monster that you might like. You might have bigger fins, bigger head or shape. Whatever you feel, I want you to try to experiment and push your level of creativity. Alright, so as you can see there, I have the head and I have 3 other areas, and that last one was actually the tail sticking out. As you will notice at the very end of this video, I kind of modified the existing sea monster just a little bit here and there, not much. The shape maintained the same, but I just added a few little detail stuff. So make sure you stop at the very end. So as you can see, as I sketch, I have created the crosshairs there for the eyes in there. There's not no big nose because his whole face is a nose. And then I have the eyebrows more of a bump instead of those typical ones I've done in the past. I'm just going a little bit heavier, a little darker, and there's his little nose holes right there so he can breathe. There you go. And a little curve underneath the eye to give him more of a cheek. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing here now is putting a center line for where like the little scales are. So it's not like flat, giving it like a little curvature, so it's playing on the visual. So it's not drawing, think 3-dimensional in your head, which is something that takes a little practice, but when you get to it, then a lot of the techniques that I've shown you really come to life now. Alright, so that's the last one. You're not going to see so much. Same thing here. I'm going to put that little line in there. So these are like birds straight down view. So these are like the little fins or scales, whatever you want to say, that are on his back. Now, right now I'm turning a little bit more. Now you're going to actually see them, the side and the one back there a little bit more. All right, that looking good right there. All right, so let's work on this one, the one coming out of the last part of the tail coming out of the water. Alright, same thing. Let's work on that. A little darker there. Let's a little curve there. Same thing. Just playing up again so it looks like it's like zigzagging in there, so it's kind of cool. Looking good. I like that. Alright. Let's get a little bit darker here and there. I'll make sure we get all the areas on the back of the main head. Gotta get those little ridges there. There we go. Okay, now let's get his belly. All right, and this will be key because for the other elements too, as his tail, you're going to see them popping up every now and then. So there it is. So kind of there's eyes there, kind of like a dragon. And hey, he could have horns on there if you want to. You could go far out with this one actually. I'm going to put like these little fun little antenna things on there, kind of like waterproof things, what have you. I've used them before, some of my make-believe characters. All right, that looking good. Hey, they could be breathing apparatus for him. It could be part of his nose where he can breathe out of. I don't know. Just thought it'd be kind of fun to put on there. And that's creativity, and I want you to really learn from my lessons is not just to draw what I do, but actually take it to your style and your technique. And as I many times have used before, these little spots. There you go. I like that. Okay. Let's get the under part right there. Okay, so that's what I was mentioning. So now this is the under part. It's giving that 3-dimensional feel to it. So it's like kind of, you can feel the turning of the actual body of this little sea monster. There you go. And this little one in the back one's a little bit smaller and a little bit narrower intentionally, just to change it a little bit. But again, there you can see the underneath part of his belly there. Okay, that's looking good. Now let's just shade those in really quick. And again, at the very end, I really tighten this one up using Photoshop, using a new layer, and then just rendering over it. I'm just shading in those little part of the back of the little fins there. Okay. All right, that's looking good. Let's shade those in. The tail end there. Yep. All right, a little bit more there. That's looking good. Again, a little bit darker again. I would love to see some of your rendition of this little sea monster. So feel free to drop me an email by going to my website. And it's jmg-studio.biz. That's B-I-Z. I would love to hear from you and sharing me with some of your drawings that you've been actually working with. And on there, you can go to the contact and actually see how to reach me through my email. All right, so just finishing up a little bit more on this lesson right now. We're just about done. I have the little water down the bottom that I'm wiggling around a little bit. Okay, look a little bit more around there on the base of it. Let's change that. That looks good. So let's sign and date and make sure you watch to the very end. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the actual finished one as you was sketching out with the lesson. Typical. Now here comes the tight version. All right, there's the tight version. As you can see, I changed a little bit all around the body and the structure from the tail, and I add even some scales, and by his mouth I had like little fangs to him there. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day.